Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope all is well. Hope you guys had a very eventful weekend like I did. Went to the racetrack on Saturday, then afterwards went to go see some family locally. Then headed back across the bridge to the East Bay. So today, or should I say tonight, this evening, as you guys are all getting off work and finishing dinner with your family, nobody wants to hear about their daughter or their cousin or their sister getting pregnant by the black man. The man you can't stand. The man you're going to see for like the next 30, 40 years of your life, if you're lucky. But once the great Kevin Samuel said, once you get the girl pregnant, it's game over. You're part of her for the rest of y'all's lives. Anyway, let's see what happened after everybody got drunk and this girl mysteriously ended up pregnant in China. Let's go.
This woman, upon discovering she was pregnant with a black baby, tried to make the father take responsibility, only to find out he already had 3 wives and 9 children. Miss Xiao, who lives in Shenzhen, works as a saleswoman at a real estate company. Thanks to her outgoing and warm personality, she has always been the company's top seller.
Yeah, sex sell. And see, they tell you, don't mess around with them nurses. And don't be messing around with them real estate. See, it's like anything. Oh my God. I mean, it's like, how do you explain this? I don't know why they always put nurses at number 1, but pretty much any job that deals with all kinds of people, real estate, especially luxury real estate, you can forget about it. She ain't yours. If she in luxury real estate, forget about it.
And, as is common in this line of work, attending alcohol-filled dinners is part of the job. Miss Xiao became well known in this circle for her ability to hold her liquor. So
yeah, see, not only that, it's the same thing with the nurses. A lot of them congregate outside of the hospital for alcoholic evenings and weekends, so a lot of things are going to happen too. Not just at the bars. Because see, here's the thing. If you live in like a big city or a city that's known for their great bars, it could be Nashville, it could be San Francisco, it could be Oakland, it could be LA, San Diego. Those type of cities usually have a good bar scene, right? So what are you going to have there? A lot of people that work in the medical field, that work in 12-hour shifts, get off. What an evening. Same thing with realtors. They close the deal. They happy. They go out, celebrate. Next thing you know, it's time to party.
So many colleagues often ask for her help at these events. Recently, a friend of hers, Mr. Lin, a businessman, asked her to help receive a foreign client, claiming he was a Nigerian tycoon. The promise was simple. If she made him happy, the reward would come later.
Yeah, the reward. Yeah, the black baby was the reward.
Xiao, being open-minded and fond of parties, agreed immediately. Little did she know she was walking right into a trap. When she met the client, despite his very dark complexion, he was dressed head to toe in designer brands. Clearly, money wasn't an issue. Upon seeing Miss Xiao's beauty, the man couldn't help but grin.
Yeah, the Nigerians got you. Listen, my first girlfriend was Nigerian. And she had that money too. And you have to remember, I still deal with a lot of Nigerians now. They know how to scam too.
He introduced himself as a kind of local king in Nigeria, a man of high status who never goes out without 5 or 6 bodyguards. Miss Xiao was speechless. According to her friend, he really was an important figure back in Nigeria, and he was visiting China for tourism. A Chinese mining company had just opened a site on his land. He was clearly no ordinary man. It was the first time Miss Xiao had dealt with such a powerful client, so she was understandably excited.
When opportunity awakens, your skin color don't mean shit. So I laugh at people that think that all Asian women want is white dudes. Well, there's levels to that. The beauty standard is being pale skin with blonde hair and blue eyes and all that shit, right? Well, money is usually number 1 before the looks. So when you're high value and high status and have all this money, when you hit honcho, your skin color ain't gonna matter because all you're gonna see is dollar signs and you're gonna go for it. You don't give a shit if the person's black or white.
During dinner, she and the man drank heavily and hit it off like old friends. At the end of the night, they decided to continue their conversation at a hotel. Afterward, the Nigerian man returned to his country, satisfied, but Miss Xiao was left with nothing but regret. We all drank a lot, and things just happened. I only realized I was pregnant at the end of the month, she said. Given my line of work, I should have known better. After that wild night, Xiao realized she had missed her period for a whole month. Already suspicious, she rushed to the hospital and sure enough, she was pregnant. To be certain of who the father was, she checked the date, and yes, it aligned perfectly with her encounter with the man.
See, this is why I don't be feeling bad for these women. Your choice, your fault. All because y'all didn't wear protection. And now you ruined your life and messed around and had a mixed baby in China. That's not gonna go well. Mixed people in China get treated like shit. And it's the same in America. If you half white and half black, in school, you're gonna have a lot of problems.
She considered having an abortion, but the doctor gave her harsh news. Due to past excesses, she had underlying health issues. If she terminated this pregnancy, she might never be able to conceive again. With that, she began to think this might be her only chance to become a mother. Since the man was wealthy and influential, she believed he wouldn't abandon her.
Yeah.
She tried contacting him but got no response. It was unclear whether it was a connectivity issue or if he was simply ignoring her. Desperate, Xiao turned to Mr. Lin, the man who had set it all up, but he was blunt. There's nothing I can do. To be fair, he didn't want to get dragged into a scandal either. He had business ties with the Nigerian and didn't want to jeopardize them. Now pregnant with a baby she couldn't abort and unable to reach the father, Xiao was in a panic. Everyone drank, we got involved, and now I don't even know how to face people anymore. She had gone there for money, but now she was the one paying the price. After that,
When opportunity awakens, it's going to be a creation of a victim. That's usually what happens. You take the opportunity just to end up being a victim. All you saw was dollar signs. You got a little bit too excited. Next thing you know, you get played. And you got a baby. So he goes back to his country, to his 3 wives and his 9 kids. Damn. And this happens every single time. All it takes is some status. Not let alone the money. All it takes is status.
that wild night, she got pregnant with a mixed-race baby. When she tried asking for an explanation, they mocked her. Didn't we pay you? Since then, she's been hiding the truth from her friends and family. She can barely leave the house with her head held high. She tried calling the man countless times, but he never answered. Sometimes the phone was even turned off. It was clear he didn't want to take responsibility. But she knew that, eventually, the pregnancy would become visible, and she wouldn't be able to hide it anymore. Her only hope was to reach the Nigerian through Mr. Lin, who kept dodging the issue. Eventually, reporters managed to speak with Mr. Lin's driver. The driver confirmed that they had indeed been intimate, but added, "She's always been pretty open, so we can't be sure the baby is even his."
Ooh, they trying to say she was loose. So she was tossing it up before she met him. I mean, of course she was, but in what fashion? Was she tossing it up to the high values, or was she tossing it up to the mediocres? Was she tossing it up to Ricky Tan type dudes, or was she tossing it up to Mr. CEO? We don't know.
According to him, this was just Miss Xiao's version of events, and it couldn't be fully trusted. Clearly, no one wanted to be held accountable. Angry, Xiao was ready to explode, and then the driver dropped the bombshell. "We paid her. She went because she wanted to, for the money. People in that line of work should know how to protect themselves, right? Whatever
No.
happens after that isn't our problem." He didn't say it outright, but the meaning was clear. It was a shock. Outraged, Xiao fought back, saying it was a dirty attempt to avoid responsibility and a deliberate attack on her character.
Yeah, whatever. Depending on your line of work, if you have a job where you have to deal with clients and people from all walks of life, anything's bound to happen. You'll get pregnant by anybody because there's a heavy level of socialization in these jobs and careers. So you do whatever you have to do to make that deal. It's no different than being a car representative at the auto dealer. when you go, you see a car you want, your job is to negotiate the best deal possible. And sometimes that might involve socialization, followed by a night back at the hotel room, whatever. You would do whatever you can to close that deal. And the deal's closed as a single mother. This is Kai DeVale. Hope you enjoyed this. Catch you in the next video. Peace.